on earth did I decide to draw 24 hours of ghosts? I don't actually know. Hey guys, welcome to my studio. I hope you're good. So today I'm going to be drawing lots of ghosts. Now I know Halloween was like last week, but as you can see by the title of this video, 24 hours takes a long time, and apparently, it takes 24 hours. So this video is a bit late, but you can draw ghosts all year round, right? There's Christmas ghosts. Yeah, the Christmas Carol, Ghost of Christmas Past. So, I mean, it works. It's fine. Right? So those hours are not going to be consecutive because, kids, life, work. So I'm going to set a timer and gradually it's going to count down. And every time I sit down to draw, it can only be ghosts. So hopefully this is going to turn out okay. I have no idea if I'm going to do one big piece or lots of little pieces. Basically, whatever takes me 24 hours, really. And this video is a bit delayed because apparently, if you don't know me, I'm a children's book illustrator from the UK, and I've illustrated things like Channing Tatum's Sparkella and also Linda Chapman's Star Friends. So, I absolutely love drawing. Drawing's my life, so I thought, why not share it? And why on earth did I decide to draw 24 hours of ghosts? I don't actually know. It's a good job I like drawing ghosts, isn't it? 24 hours is actually a long time. I mean, 24 hours. Anyway, let's do it. Let's get sketching and sit down and see what we can come up with for our first ghost thing. So I figured where I had no idea what I was going to do, I just took my sketchbook to the kitchen table and drew lots of ghosts. And at this point, I wasn't sure if ghosts was going to be a really good thing because it's based around a simple shape, or a really hard thing because it's based around a simple shape. Like, how many things can you draw using one shape? But anyway, so I decided to give them different themes. One was a baker, one was a painter, one liked reading books. And I really liked this idea. It was very cute. And I actually quite like how this page turned out. I originally swapped lots of different colours to do, but I don't know what happened to that. I definitely didn't use that further in the video. But I did decide to colour it in pan pastels because I wanted to give a nice soft vibe because, ghosts. And I got these spongy things that arrived too late for my last pan pastel video. So I thought I'd use them now and see if they're any good. So here we are with the timer. Sketching at the table took about an hour, so 23 hours left to go. We can do this. As you can see, I took the ghost painting sketch and transferred it to paper that would work better with these pan pastels. Then I got going. I decided to do this slightly differently to when I last used pan pastels and use them basically more like I was drawing with them, because I did get these fine tip little sponge things as well as the other spongy things. Basically, there are a lot of sponges involved. I am definitely no expert, but I did find using these smaller, finer tools so much easier because you had more control and it was much more like painting, which for me is more of my comfort. I've always painted. Then I got these funny spongy things out. Now this has got a really soft end and a much firmer end, which was really helpful depending if I wanted to kind of blur things out a bit or if I wanted to create a really soft blend and kind of fade it out to the side, which I found works really well when you're trying to colour in ghosts. I do have to say though, no matter what way you kind of look at this material, for me anyway, it's so much like makeup. I mean, these sponges remind me of makeup. Oh, tea break. That was a good cup of tea. And yes, Christmas mug, drawing basically Halloween things, but it's fine. We love all the holidays here. So as you can see, I definitely started with the background and left the paper white because ghosts are white. I mean, that's one upside. So basically, I've picked something that's one shape and that I don't actually need to colour in. Well done there, Kim. Anywho, time check. Still just under 23 hours to go. Can someone please tell me why on earth I thought that it would actually go quickly and I wouldn't get that much done in 24 hours? So back to colouring ghosts. Now I shaded it in slightly just to give the image a bit more depth, but as I said before, ghosts are white. So I went into just finishing up and tidying up the details. I am going to put face on the ghost. Totally freaked out about doing that though, because I didn't want to mess it up. It looked good. I really loved how the background was working and how the softness and the blending could go. So it was a case of, would I mess it up by actually adding more to this? And yeah, we'll see. I used pastels, some Caran d'Ache Neo colours. I just kind of raided my desk to see what would work on top of these pan pastels. I've not had a lot of experience other than the video I did where I mainly just used them for the background and I drew digitally on top. Definitely check that out. I mean, I was still kind of thrilled with how that turned out, but it was my very first time even opening them. So yeah, I've used them before, but not kind of in this depth really, and I will use them again. Maybe in this video, we'll see. But some of these materials didn't actually work very well on top of this image. And it was kind of at this point where I maybe should have stopped, I think. I mean, I don't actually know. I wasn't sure about the colour scheme. And I really wasn't sure about adding eyes. A lot of the materials that I picked wouldn't actually work over the top of these pan pastels. So if you've got any advice on that, please let me know. I'm brand new to these. And yeah, but I did have this really soft pencil, this lovely Holbein one, because I wanted to basically brighten up some of the areas. I mean, I'm realising it now. I could have just rubbed some of the bits out. But yeah, the Holbein pencil did work on top, but that's probably because I ordered the wrong one and got the extra soft one. But I was very glad at this point. But yeah, so this is kind of how it came out. I'm not sure about it. I don't know what it is that I don't really like. I do. I think I should have just used more of the pastel and gone down that route. So if I do use them again, I will focus using on just the pan pastels themselves, just to kind of see what they can do a bit more. But for now, let's get on to our next project because we've got many hours left to go. So I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with this second one. I wasn't 100% happy with what I just did. So, we'll start with the pencils and see where it goes. And I totally got some new paper, which I've been dying to try. I absolutely love new art supplies. I mean, if you couldn't tell. So this paper is kind of textured, but also not as textured as the one that I normally use. So I'm kind of hoping it's like the in-between, like the soft and flat and non-textured and textured, but we'll see. I thought this size of book was cute. Maybe I could do kind of a long image or multiple images per page. But yeah, you can kind of see that it's a bit rough, but not really rough, like the watercolour paper that I'm used to. And yeah, we have got 20 hours left. So that other piece took me about 4 hours. Why do I not work this quickly? Normally is all I'm going to say. But yeah, so let's get cracking. Ghosts. Ghosts, 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 ghosts. Okay, so I'm thinking, although I have got my pencils out here, I'm actually going to use my pan pastels again because, I don't know, when I use an art supply and it doesn't go exactly how I intended it to, I want to do it again till I get it right. It's just kind of what I do. So I'm just going to draw lots of little ghosts. Maybe they're going to a birthday party and then I can draw lots of party hats. Yeah, we'll do that. So I started off like I did last time with the black background and I loved the background I did. And personally, I think it went downhill at the end. So I'm going to do that again, and hopefully this time when I get to that point, I'll keep using pan pastels and might turn out differently. Or maybe I'm just, insane, because apparently the definition of that is doing the same thing again, expecting a different outcome. But yeah, let's just see how it goes. So this is how it's going. I do really like how this one's turning out so far, and it's probably because of this little doodad. I am using it much more like a pencil this time and not steering away from the tiny details. So, turns out I did learn something from doing the other piece that I didn't like anyway, which, you don't have to like everything you do, but you can learn from it. So, I learned how not to do it, and that's really okay, because I wouldn't have been able to create this piece without doing the other piece and finding out how I didn't like to do it. Yeah, I'm making sense to someone. So this time I really did go for it and try and do all the small details. I mean, I did make a few mistakes here and there, but it's nothing that you can't cover up or rub out, because apparently these pastels rub out. I think I said in my last video, but it's so good that they do, especially when you're doing it for the tiny details. So yeah, rubs out really well. And I did realise looking at this that it looked nice and cosy and warm, so it kind of needed a light source where all that cosy and that warmth was coming from. And you can't see it yet, so it probably makes no sense because I'm going to add it in last, but I'm going to do the middle ghost party hat kind of as a candle with a little flame on it. Don't know why, just think it will be fun. These sponges though for this do work perfectly in just blending out, because again, I want to make the edge nice and soft. And you get very dirty using these pan pastels, so it's nice not to have to use my fingers, because it's just constantly washing your hands after every colour, because they are another tool. And they are great to use, especially in pastel artwork and chalks or charcoal. It's just I'm on a time limit here, people. So, yeah, I do want to get this finished and get on to something else, because then I wouldn't have left my pan pastel experience with something I didn't like. So then I think I'm going to do some digital because it has an undo button. I like the undo button. I miss the undo button in traditional. So for this one, back to the digital world and that precious undo button. So for this, I looked at my sketches and I did that little ghost baker, but it got me thinking what ghosts would actually eat. And I kind of assumed that they would eat marshmallow fluff, really. I mean, I've never tried it, but I'm going to go with it taste of marshmallows. So really sweet and fluffy. I mean, the name kind of gives it away. But as I'm from the UK, marshmallow fluff isn't something we come across quite a lot. So you could see I had to Google it. And I used those colours to inform the rest of the colour palette and tried to keep it quite limited so that I could just focus on the ghost of the white. I really did want the white to be the star of the show in this case, because this video is all about ghosts. But I did need to put a character in there because I'm not going to say sick of drawing ghosts, because ghosts are cute and I'm more than happy to draw them, but I did need a bit of a change. I hadn't drawn anything else in quite a few hours now, so this was like into it a couple of days. And I do like doodling people, and characters are definitely my thing. For this character, I wanted to keep her quite simple because she is the side character in this illustration. I mean, there are two main characters in this story, to be fair, because it will be the friendship between the character and the ghost. So Ghosty and what should we call her? Eva and the ghost. I have no idea. I might be writing a story for this one day, so let's just give them names. Who knows? You never know, right? I do have to say that this is the main reason why I personally chose illustration, and I love illustration, because you can look at an image And you can see the story. It's not just a ghost and a girl. Because of all the details and the little things that you put in, you can see that it's a ghost and a girl trying to feed it marshmallow fluff. But obviously with all the stuff around the bottom and all the food, you can see that she's been trying to find what its favourite food is. Or you can make your own story from the image, and they do say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And it really is. I love how the text and pictures work together. And as an illustrator, it's my job to say things with my pictures that the words don't, so that they can really work together. I decided it was time to do the ghost. So with this is why I gave it like a slightly off-white, creamy, yellowy background, because I wanted to paint the ghost in white, obviously. I mean, ghosts don't have to be white. Check out my last video about these cute pastel little ghostlings. Yeah, so they don't have to be white, but I wanted it white because its favourite food is marshmallow fluff. I even took the colours from the marshmallows and put them into the ghost just to give it a little bit more character, like on the eyes. You can see they've got different coloured eyes. I don't know if maybe looking back at it now, this says that the ghost is made of marshmallow fluff, but I don't know. I think it's cute. I like it. So I'm about to tell you a little secret. Whenever I do kind of a colour off or swatches or just testing the colours, and I put little colourful splodges down the bottom, and then I come to colouring them, I don't actually know what they're going to be. Like even now at this point, I've kind of made packets of things and squares and funny shapes and stuff. Obviously, I knew what the ketchup was going to be, but other than that, I definitely work it out as I'm going, and I wing it, and then I maybe change stuff slightly. But yeah, this blue square blob thing turned into party rings in the end. Sorry, did I say party rings? I meant party hoops. They are party hoops. And then I turned another one into frost drops, not ice gems. I normally just have a general idea of what it's going to be and hope for the best at the end. So yeah, I would say trick, but I don't know. I don't know if it really is a hack or not. But I do find that by doing it this way, you can kind of step back, see where the colours need to go, see what works, and then find something that is that colour and put it in after, just so the colour balance of the image works well. But yeah, that's what I do, and that's what I've always done. It does look like in my videos that I know what I'm doing, but half the time I kind of don't. Then I just hope it works out well in the end. With regards to the whole 24-hour thing, I can confirm this took me about 8 hours, which is realistically a full day's worth of work that I would have done in and around my other work. It's just a good job that I absolutely love drawing. So I'm definitely going to stick with digital for the next one. And I'm going to draw a ghost, but this time with his little pumpkin. And I'm kind of realising that this video is probably going to come out closer to Christmas than Halloween. So I thought I'd mix the two and do a ghost wrapping up a pumpkin. I mean, wrapping up a Christmas present. Who's to say it's a pumpkin or not? We don't know, because it is so well wrapped by this cute little ghost. But yeah, this one is just going to be a sketch. I've got the candle on in my office, and I'm just having a cozy sketching afternoon, really. I do love these. This is when I get to just sit back and doodle with some music on, and I absolutely love this part of my work. This is because there is a lot less pressure on the final thing, and I'm more in the moment, and I'm just doodling and enjoying it and see what comes out. I may colour it after, I may not, but who's to say? I may even colour it in a year's time or something. I have been known to do that, but it's just really good to see what happens with it. Maybe nothing, may not even look at it again. Either way, I've been relaxed and chilled while I'm doing it. And I'm so glad that I did do this digitally, because the kids stop my timer. So we are now on another hour past. I'm kind of losing count at this point of how many hours we've got left. Either way, a lot of ghosts have been drawn and are still yet to be drawn or painted. Like this one that I painted, but this one is going to be in a short, but I did include it here so you could see it because this is where some of the time went. And if you want to watch the process, the short will be up very soon, so definitely keep an eye out for that, or it may be up before this video. Haven't decided yet, but it's another ghost. So let's get on to the next one. By now we've drawn a lot of ghosts, so I really want to focus on drawing the character first and putting more of a kind of a sneaky, cheeky little ghost in this one. So I decided to go for a ghost surprising a little character coming out of a backpack and going for like a pumpkin theme with all the autumnal colours, and this ghost is a bit magical, a bit cheeky with a teeny little pumpkin. So for this one I coloured it in a slightly different style. I did it in more of my typical fiction style with more of the block colours and the black outlines, and this was another couple of hours off my time. So yeah, I think that's the last one we're going to fit in. So thank you so much for watching. I can't believe how many things we actually came up with today. I mean, I really didn't know where it was going to go, and a couple of pieces I didn't like as much as I planned, but that's okay. It was so good to experiment and find out what I do like and what I don't like and what I plan to never do again. So it just goes to show you really can find inspiration anywhere. I mean, Halloween, there is lots of Halloween picture books and things like that. But when you have to draw the same thing lots of different ways, it really does push you to just test things out and try things out. So I'm really glad I got to do that with you this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. At least I don't have to draw any more ghosts. Or do I? Maybe I could draw a Christmas ghost. I cannot believe I could have turned off my timer. But luckily, Procreate has like a timer thing, and the ones that I did last, I did decide to do on my iPad. So that to the rescue. I basically spent 24 hours drawing, right? All I did was draw ghosts. I had actual work to do when I draw ghosts. Whoops. Here's a video that I think you'll like, and here's a video that YouTube thinks you'll like. Enjoy!